you ever really thought about what St. Matthew's has done to you to shape the way you think of religion and society? Hi, my name is Finn Coulson, and I believe that we are benefiting from a faith-based education and the traditions we share at St. Matthew's, from chapel to May Day, the spelling bee, and to basketball at recess. These days, when people think of religion, they might think of war and destruction because some people do violence in the name of their beliefs. People might also think of religion as superstitious, and that people of faith don't believe in science, and that are childish for believing in miracles. Other people might think that religion is about following a strict way of life and leaves no time for fun. Before I came to this school, all of these ideas were floating around in the back of my mind. Traditions like these we have at our school were unfamiliar and seemed strange to me because I was not raised in a religious household. Coming from a secular public school in Toronto, Canada, I had worries and fears about moving to the US and then going to some weird private school that has chapel almost every day. My first reaction was, what? I can't go there. I thought there was no way I could sit through a whole chapel service without falling asleep. And I didn't like the idea of people telling me what to believe. I feared I would be super uncomfortable and pressured by all the teachers and the other students, assuming you all believed the same things and thought the same way. In other words, I was afraid I wouldn't fit in. I had never been in a real church service before, and when I walked into this chapel for the first time, looking at the beautiful stained glass and up at the ceiling, I was blown away. The traditions, the flow of the service with music and prayers, and the fact that the first, second, and third graders who are being so polite and attentive to everyone, it was amazing. And that positive spirit flowed right directly out of the chapel and into the classrooms, where teachers and students were so kind and respectful compared to the large public elementary school I attended in Canada. And that's saying something, because everyone in Canada is nice. So it turned out St. Matthew's wasn't so bad after all. Fast forward 2 years later. Last August, my mom and I were driving back from school, and she asked me what type of high school I wanted to go to. I considered her question for a while, and was surprised to realize that I would like to go to a religious high school. That showed me just how much St. Matt's has changed my ideas about religion and religious schools. At St. Matthew's, we have all learned values to grow with. I think I heard 90% of those lessons that I will use for the rest of my life sitting right here in chapel. Religion gives us a way to further understand this incredible world we live on, and maybe have an idea about why and how everything works. Think about how much we have learned from the basic facts about Jesus' life to the deep wisdom of trying to follow his teachings, like to forgive and love your enemy. Chapel creates a sense of shared community and moral standards we all carry from here into the classroom and the playground and the world. We remember it every day when we say, "Go in peace to love and serve all people." Have you ever thought of why we mostly don't talk during chapel? It's because we respect each other and our shared values. This sort of community is very rare across the world, especially for kids. I think I speak for all my classmates in 8th grade that this is one of the biggest things we will miss about St. Matthew's when we leave. Let's be honest, guys. Sometimes we joke about the St. Matthew's way because it seems like common sense. Be safe, be kind, be appropriate. No kidding. These are rules I felt any idiot should follow. But the St. Matthew's way is so much more than rules. It's the way we all work, play, and learn in harmony as a school, as a community, and as human beings. It's our way of life. And we really know it's ours because we joke around about it so much. The truth is, outside of our school, everyone doesn't assume goodwill or try to work out their problems peacefully. If more people outside of St. Matthew's followed the St. Matthew's way, our world would be a much better place. The Christian values that are most important to me and that we as a school practice and share are kindness, respect, loyalty, hopefulness, the importance of learning, and service to others. In the scripture that Jane read for us, James says that we are blessed and free when our actions match our beliefs. and when we live a life that reflects our values, such as caring for others. I am now certain that when I make my final decision about high school, I will choose a school that shares the same values as St. Matthew's, and where the culture of the students is respectful and kind. I have learned at St. Matthew's that this is possible, and it helps me to be my best self. So that is the type of school where I want to spend the next 4 years of my education. In conclusion, I am grateful for the ways of St. Matthew's, the ways that St. Matthew's has shaped me, ways I couldn't even imagine before I moved here. With all the positive values in our community, I have learned the importance of being myself, and I have felt safe being myself almost every day. I am so proud of who I have become here and confident I can take our values out into the world. So take a minute to be grateful for this chapel and for our school and all the ways it shapes us into kind, good humans. And then think about your future and what you will want to do when you leave St. Matthew's to continue to grow into your best self. Thank you.